Hey, how's it going? I'm going to do a review on the Afterglow PDP Xbox 360 controller, the clear light up type. I just want to do a little review on it, show the good, the bad, maybe you can make a decision if you want to pick one up. These things do go for $29.95, and actually Walmart now has them for $24.95, I think is how much I picked it up for. Not a bad feeling controller. Feels very good to the hands. Doesn't feel cheap at all, actually. Let me switch this light off real quick. Make it a little bit easier to see. Feels real good in the hands. It's not lightweight. Doesn't feel cheap. Anything like that. Feels really good. All the buttons and stuff click just fine. Not a bad feeling controller. It is wired, as you can see. Has a very long wire. Not sure exactly how long it is, but it's a good length compared to some of the cheap aftermarket controllers out there. They do come in 3 different colors. This is the green model, as you could obviously see. Also comes in red and blue. Controller feels nice. There's a few different features on it. One, as you can see, the start and select buttons are up top here, compared to the standard Xbox controller. Not that big of a deal, something you easily get used to. The other thing that's a little different to me was the joysticks, and their clicking is much stiffer than the Xbox 360, and you have to do a little bit more force compared to your standard Xbox click. Not that big of a deal. Notice your hands get a little bit tired or quicker if you're not used to it. In terms of usability, controller feels nice except for a few things I had a little bit of a problem with. Actually shooting and like that in like Call of Duty games, things like that. It didn't seem as precise as the Xbox controller. I don't know if it was maybe oversensitive or undersensitive. I don't know what the deal was. But I mean, I can kind of show you if you can see it here. Top screen will be the Afterglow, and you can kind of see it kind of jumps around from area to area. This made it very hard doing long distance shots, where the Xbox controller, as you can see on the bottom, is much more fluid. You can do slider adjustments. Now I don't know if it's just this controller that I picked up or what, but it does seem a little off. Now racing games, I use it for Forza 3. Does great. I have no complaints on Forza 3, but shooting games where you're trying to be really precise, I had a bit of a problem. But it's really nice design. Feels just like an Xbox controller. It's a little bit fatter in the handles, which I don't have any complaints about. It feels just as sturdy as a normal Xbox controller. Another cool feature, like you saw before, I switched off the lights. It has 3 different switches or modes, what you can use on. One will be just your steady green light, or red or blue, depending on the model you get. The second one will be off, which I was using before, and the third one is kind of cool. It's actually a vibration mode. So anytime you're using the controller and the little motors vibrate for your, action stuff, it will actually light up. I found this to be more of a annoyance in the dark and things like that, as it would just flash at the wrong time, causing a distraction. I don't know, so it might be a cool thing depending on the game you're playing. Forza just stayed flashing the whole time, as whatever gear you're in, the engine's just vibrating the whole time. So it's only certain games would probably work good on. But overall, it's not a bad controller, especially not for $25. It's a lot better than some of the cheap knockoffs you see on the market. Yeah, that's about it. And that's the PDP Afterglow for the 360. It's not a bad little controller. You can find it just about anywhere online. I know Walmart carries, I'm sure places like Best Buy and like that carry it as well. And for $25, not a bad replacement if you're trying to find something to replace your standard Xbox controller. Alright.